All right, let's get on with it. So, I'm just gonna move the microphone a little bit closer. Just gonna see if the headphones are playing their part, but they appear not to be because I'm getting this feedback again. But whatever, doesn't really matter. Let's talk about something different, namely the topic of dating and dating culture and romance as a whole. Because I hear a lot of people saying, and by the way, I'm going to tie this into persuasion, I'm going to tie this into what I'm talking about, I'm going to tie this into sales because they're all interlinked, actually. And parts, or parts of dating culture and parts of sales and business, they're very, very close, especially the topic on sales. Because if you're scouting for a romantic partner, you're actually scouting for a you're actually scouting for a customer. And when you're scouting for a customer, you need to ensure that the customer meets your needs. Or actually, if you're in the customer shoes as well, you need to make sure that the seller is meeting your needs. Because you're not spending your money on whatever crap that's out there. Much like you ain't spending your time on as much crap as excuse me as is out there when it comes to dating. And so that's why the topic of red flags, looking for red flags, weeding out red flags in that dump. However, if you're making your dating journey, if you're making your journey about looking for, for when it comes to looking for a romantic partner, exclusively about weeding out the red flags, is she a narcissist? Is she a hoe? Does she have an OnlyFans account? Does she work within finance? Is he a player? Is she a hoe? Etc. etc. You're just basically gonna run into a wall of red flags eventually because guess what? Everyone is flawed, including you. So, looking into the mirror first, looking at the person that you're staring at might not be dumb. And yes, I'm touching my earphone because I'm getting these feedbacks, which is very, very annoying. Let me just test out a few things here. Okay, let me test all this. No, it didn't work. Whatever. I'm not gonna waste more time weeding out the echoes. It's really, really annoying because I'm getting this feedback in my ear, which makes it difficult to concentrate. Maybe that's also a red flag, right? Is anybody is anybody willing to correct their behavior? Well, it sure is. Anyway, getting back to the point here, if the dating game, if the quest for romance is all about looking for red flags and weeding out those red flags, I'm afraid you're gonna end up lonely. And guess what? There's a lot of people who are gonna end up lonely these days. Because basically, the dating and the romance culture, especially the dating culture, has become so tainted and it's become so bad and so superficial. Basically, since, well, it's gone downhill since the 2000s, and then it took a real nosedive after the 2010s, or excuse me, during the 2010s when social media became rampant. And now, I mean, it's all about scouting for red flags. Look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have standards. I'm not saying that you shouldn't shy away from compromise. But I am saying that maybe it's worth looking yourself in the mirror a little bit and weeding out your own errors before you start pointing them out in others. Now, there is a fine line here and there is a middle ground, and I ain't saying that you should accept everyone around you. But I'm saying that if you stop making the quest for a mate about the game of red flags, then your life will become so much better. It's going to become infinitely much better. because everyone is flawed. Now we could go on and on and on about this, and I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna encourage you to think things through a little bit, and also tie it into sales and persuasion and business, because guess what? They're interlinked. The dating game and the sales and persuasion and business game are also interlinked, especially if you're a seller. So here's one thing that you could do. How about you start looking for red flags in your customers and pick to whom you're going to sell? Because that will ensure that the quality of your customers increases. Just don't take it to the extremes, as a lot of people are doing in dating. And we'll end it right there. If you want to learn more about sales persuasion and business, and a little bit about dating, then get subscribed to my ad publisher list. The link to do so is below the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.